Alright, so in this quick video, I'm going to show you how you can make a scrolling tablet or screen of some kind. And I'm going to just adjust the colors a bit so we can see what we're doing. This is going to be the content of the screen, so I'm just going to put in some random shapes. Alright, that should be enough. Let's change the color of that so we can have some variety. And I'm doing this in Adobe Animate, aka Flash. So that should be enough for our content. This could be a web page, this could be whatever. So we're going to go to Modify, Convert to Symbol. Let's make it into a movie clip symbol. It doesn't really matter what type of symbol it is. So now we have that. So we have one layer here. We're going to create another layer. And in this layer, we're going to draw our tablet. Something basic. I'm going to make a copy of this interior. And we're going to make another layer. We're going to call this mask, just so you can see what it is. You don't have to really rename it. Oh, I had a space in there. Mask. Alright, well, if you're doing spaces, just kind of try to avoid it. So here we're going to paste in place. So we have that layer there. So we have that layer, that's going to be our mask. And this is going to be our content layer. I'm going to move it to the middle. And this is going to be our background. Okay. So hiding everything. So that's our mask, which defines the area of the screen that is visible. It doesn't really matter what color it is. We have the middle layer, which is the content. And we have the bottom layer, which is the actual image. So this is what, for the most part, people will see. I'm going to change the color of this real quick to something like black. Okay, so we have our three layers. We take our top layer and we right-click, select mask. So that forces that image. See, if I unlock it, you can see that there. But that mask layer forces the image that's within it to be masked out within the edges of that screen. So that's all there is to that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to export, Control-Alt-Shift-S, movie. I'm going to call it static. Now we're going to make an animation, maybe 30 frames long. And right click, insert frame, that extends it. So we're going to animate this middle layer. We're going to animate it. Let's see, F6 inserts a keyframe. I'm going to use the right click here so you can see the actions instead of using keyboard shortcuts so you don't get stuck. I'm going to right click in the middle, create classic tween. So I'm going to move this to the right and go to properties. I'm going to adjust the easing just so it can have a little bit of physics type of feel to it. Let's see if I can get to it. Classic ease, ease out. That should be good. So we have a little animation that looks like this. I'm not sure if that easing took. So we're going to try again. Classic ease. Okay, there we go. So we have to adjust that number there so that it kind of slows down towards the end. So, all right, I'm going to lock it back. Export, movie, scroll right. Okay, and now for the other one, we're going to go here again, unlock it. We're going to move it to the left so our animation looks like this. And export, Control-Alt-Shift-S, scroll left. And that's it. We're gonna minimize this and go into Cartoon Animator. We're gonna take our first prop and we're gonna take our static one and we're gonna take our scroll left. We're going to take a scroll right. Now, the thing about doing this is because normally you can't import it, or at least I don't know if they've changed that, but I remember that last time I tried this, it didn't work. So the way to do it was you had to save these. So we're going to go to Props, Custom, Tablet. We're going to do Static. And I forgot which one's which. Okay, so this one's left. Oops. Make sure this thing is not selected when you're adding them, because otherwise it'll try to overwrite them. And this one's gonna be right. Okay, so we're gonna take our static one. Remove animation. We're going to take our static one, and you don't really need these anymore. We're going to take our static one, we're going to go into Composer. We're going to go into the Sprite Editor. And actually, you know what? You could do this from the outside. So I didn't have to import them and save them as props first. So it looks like they fixed that. So we're going to do scroll left. And we're going to do scroll right. And that's it. So now, inside of Cartoon Animator, you have a dynamic prop. So this is what the static one looks like. It doesn't really do anything, but let's say at this point in your animation, you want the user to scroll to the left. We just open up the sprite editor and switch it. And now we view it. And then let's say switch back to static. Maybe here, and then scroll to the right. And then back to static. Okay, so you have a animatable tablet that you can interactively have your character scroll to different areas of the screen, move around, and in fact, you can go further than this by pre-programming the movements and adding them to the action menu. So you can just right-click the tablet later on and just say, hey, at this point, scroll left. At this point, scroll right. At this point, light up, turn red, blue, whatever. So there you go.